Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Fresh Brewed Lasers. Today we are working on a project for my grandma. She'd asked me to make a photo frame for a friend of hers, and it's for a gift. And so I was like, yeah, I could definitely be out with it, Grandma. And we're going to be doing that. We have this nice white wood picture frame, courtesy of X-Tool. Got it from them anyway. You can always find these other places, but I just happened to get it from there as part of some other purchases. So it's just a nice benefit. But it's super nice because it's super wide, these spots, and they actually laser pretty well, which is really a good thing. And the reason why my grandma actually reached out to me for this was because I actually made one for my sister-in-law, a picture frame of her and my brother. And here's the picture of what that looked like. And so with that, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to get this going here, and we're going to make a simple and luxurious picture frame. It is what it is. File, picture frame. There we go. All right. So I already have these. These were made for my sister-in-law and my brother, and this was already adjusted for them. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to just come over here to the artboards, and I'm going to make 2 more artboards, and then I'm going to rearrange. Here we go. And so now I'm going to we're going to put in the text of what we were looking for. Really simple. Like this is real easy work, and I find doing this. I kind of like this idea. I wanted to do this more. This was something that you can do for weddings. You can do it for family pictures, portraits, other stuff like that as well. And it's just the piece that I've wanted to get into. So, what we were putting here is lifelong friends, and then over here we are putting the 3 musketeers. That's completely spelled wrong. Why can't I spell musketeer? Spelling. I don't spell well sometimes. It just doesn't happen. Oh, and that needs to be capital. All right, so lifelong friends. Let's start here. We need to change the font. The problem is I don't want this to just. I have to make sure the font's wide enough, and I feel like this wouldn't be necessarily wide enough. I mean, it is. Yeah, I've wanted to be a little bit thicker. Fonts still look good. Sizing looks good. Spacing looks good. Let's go ahead and center and vertical line. I strongly want that more like that. Okay. So this one, we are going to... Oops, no, Control Z. All right, 3 musketeers. This one's going to be more bold. There we go. It's actually the same style font here, so it's just, the way it looks. I like that. It's got the elegance. It's got that extra touch to it. It's going to be for the ladies. I like it. I actually like it. It's going to work. Okay. So, now we got this done. Go ahead and export and get this running. Super simple. So don't mind the mess on the desk and stuff right there. I kind of had it cleaned up prior to, well, just some projects and other stuff, and now I got busy again. But let's go ahead and get this going. I've got the piece there, as you can see, and I am going to connect the device, Wi-Fi. Now we have this here. We have the thing set up. And what I need to do is I need to mark the processing area. All right, perfect. And now the spots are marked. We hit done. We have the 2 spots here. Is that not within the marking area? Did something change? Did it not? We'll find out. I'll find out in a minute here. If I have to remark it, I will. Okay, cool. So we have both in here. We have both lined up. And I have it lined up there. Let's go ahead and modify parameters. So for both of these, I actually have this in here. So because it was actually from Xtool, they actually have a setting for it. And from the image here of my brother and sister-in-law, it turned out pretty all right. So it turned out really well. So we're going to run those settings again. Lines per centimeter, I do want to increase that to 120. I want that Jarvis. Let me go 30. I'll keep the speed at 150. All right, we're gonna do a quick framing real quick, and then we're gonna start the process. Okay, so I did run into an error. So for some odd reason, this seems like it's out of range, which is absolutely insane because it shouldn't be. So I'm going to need to readjust the marked areas and redo those. So go ahead and get that going. All right. So now that I have this readjusted, let's go ahead and check the framing, make sure everything's in order. Okay, looks like everything's in order. So let's go ahead and start the process. And 7.5 minutes. So let's go ahead and get that started, and I'll be back to you when it's done. We have it done. Lifelong friends at the top here, and the 3 musketeers down here at the bottom. It's pretty simple, pretty great. It looks really wonderful. And I was actually lucky. I changed the settings on the top part because the settings for the run wasn't quite dark enough, and I learned that originally from running my my family members, brother and sister-in-law, frame that I made them. And I, for some reason, didn't get down to this one when I made the adjustments. I thought I had both clicked, and this bottom one wasn't. And I happened to catch it just as it was starting the very first lines at the top here, so barely any. And I was worried because I was about to go over it again in a spot that I was already ran, and I was worried it was just going to burn and be too dark and not want to come clean. So when I ran the adjustment and put the proper settings in, it ended up coming out fine. To be honest, it kind of adds like a nice little effect where it's kind of a little bit darker at the top, so it blends in. So it's a happy mistake. I don't like mistakes, but this one was one that was a mistake that actually ended up being quite perfect, and thoroughly enjoyed it. So it's not always the case, however. But this is the frame. The only thing I have to go do is take the, I'm getting 2 photos printed for my grandma of what she sent me. So that way she can have a choice of which one she really wants in there the most. She keeps going back and forth. I'm like, Grandma, I got you. I'll take care of both. So, yeah, so we'll get this, get that printed and get that going. And I hope she, her friend enjoys it. So thanks for watching. And, yeah, that's easy.